All right, guys, it's me, Big Rick, and I'm here to talk to you about an article I came across which had listed some of the managers that are available to take over the Mets open managerial vacancy. Now, this list is of managers that are available as of October 10th, 2021. Of course, this list can change as the offseason progresses, but we're going to take a look at it and take a deep dive into which ones have uh, good traits and bad traits to them and see which ones would fit. But before we do that, please hit the like button. Help me grow this channel. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you like some Mets gear, check in the comments box below. You'll see links to some good Met gear for cheap prices. Now, let's run that intro, drop that beat. Guys, so these are the leading candidates to replace Luis Rojas as of October 10th, 2021. And we all know that this can all change. But right now, these are the ones that are leading the pack. Here we go. First name, Ron Washington. The good, he has won 2 AL pennants with the Texas Rangers. He had a winning record of .664 and .612 in 7 years with them. He's known to be able to develop young players and is able to mold defensive talents. The bad, he comes with controversy. He cheated on his wife and in 2009 tested positive for cocaine. As a Mets fan, I want to stay away from as much controversy as possible with our next coach. So to me, this one is a hard pass. Next thing. This one's very familiar to all Mets fans. Willie Randolph. Coached the Mets prior from 2005 to 2008. We won an NL East pennant with him, NL East title, I mean. Knows what it takes to win in New York. The bad is he hasn't coached in over a decade. Also, he might not even want to come back as a Mets coach because of how Omar Minaya fired him in the most humiliating way possible. After a 9-6 victory over the Angels, Omar Minaya fired him at midnight and then issued a press release at 3 a.m. to inform everyone of his decision. So if I was Willie Randolph, I would feel highly disrespected and not want to come back. So I'm leaving. I'm not taking the job here. Next name. So next name on the list is Will Venable. The good thing about him is he has 9 years of Major League Baseball experience. He is very, very close with Theo Epstein. And this may be our guy if Theo gets the job. He comes from an organization of winning, as I mentioned in my previous video up above, where I went over the firing of Luis Rojas and what type of manager the Mets should be looking to replace him. I said I wanted to pluck someone from a team that is accustomed to winning, so we can build a culture that gets used to being in contention every year. And he comes from that, so he does fit that mold. The bad is that he's very young. He is 6 years younger than Luis Rojas. Limited coaching experience. His coaching experience is basically this year he's been the Red Sox first base coach, spent 2 years as the Cubs first base coach, and 1 year as their third base coach. He would be the youngest coach in baseball, by far. So those are the negatives about him. Next name is Baksha Walter. 3-time Manager of the Year. He knows extremely well what it takes to win in New York, as he coached the Yankees for 4 years and helped build that dynasty. The bad, never won a World Series, but the caveat there is that he would have won the World Series if it wasn't that George Steinbrenner basically gave them an ultimatum when it came to renewing his contract that he had to fire his hitting coach. Baksha Walter wouldn't do that, so he walked away. The following year, Yankees won the World Series. He hasn't coached since 2018. He might be too old school for today's baseball. So let's move on. Brad Osmus has 5 years of managerial experience. Played in the 2005 World Series with the Astros, 18 years of Major League Baseball experience. Is only 52, perfect age for a manager, not too young, has experience, not too old, where you have to worry about health conditions and their looming retirement. Sorry guys, I'm losing my voice. The bad. He has a losing record as a manager, 386 and 422. Not known to be a great motivator or critical thinker. Does not hold veterans accountable. So, I like the good about him, but the bad is just so overwhelming. I mean, we need someone who can hold our veterans accountable and be able to motivate and be a critical thinker. And I feel like the bad is essentially Luis Rojas. So I don't want another Luis Rojas, because the bad basically to me is everything that sums up why Luis failed. Next name. Okay, next name is Joe Espada. He is familiar with the New York media and the pressures of winning here, having been a bench coach under Joe Girardi and the Yankees for about 3 years. He is a hot name for coaching jobs this offseason, known to be a high riser in the industry. In 2019, he interviewed with the Cubs and the Giants. The bad, no managerial experience, only 44 years old, same as Rojas. And the question we have to ask ourselves is, do we really want another manager with no experience at all to take over this team? Next. And this last one is going to be a shock to everybody. Carlos Beltran. His name is out there. Now the good is that he's a future Hall of Famer. He's a beloved Met. He did win a World Series before retiring. And he would be replacing a Hispanic manager with another minority manager, something baseball really needs. The bad, no managerial experience, even though he was hired for a few hours as a Mets manager, but had to resign due to the whole Astros cheating in the World Series controversy. And then we have the question is, will the stigma of cheating in the World Series follow him around? Well, I feel like that has been answered, because it doesn't seem like it's following Alex Cora and AJ Hinch around. So I don't believe that's an issue. So that's my list of the coaches that are out there that are top candidates as of this moment. Leave comments below. Let me know who you think from this list would be best suited to be the Mets' next manager. As always, it's been a pleasure. I'm Big Rick. I'm out of here.